Hello, everyone. I'm Sergeant Stephanie J. Shannon. I'm an inspirational speaker, a veterans advocate, and the author of Battling the Storm Within, a deeply personal memoir that details my 20-year journey of living undiagnosed with PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder, caused by MST, which is military sexual trauma, and GWI, which is the Gulf War illness. What is military sexual trauma? Military sexual trauma is a term used by the Veterans Administration to refer to experience of sexual assault or repeated threatening sexual harassment that a veteran experiences during his or her military service. The definition used by the VA comes from the federal law, Title 38 U.S. Code 1720D, and is psychological trauma, which is the judgment of the VA mental health professional, results from physical assault or sexual nature, battery of sexual nature, or sexual harassment, which occurred while the servicemen and women were serving on active duty or active duty training. Sexual harassment is further defined as repeated, unsolicited, verbal or physical contact of sexual nature, which is threatening in character. More concretely, MST includes any sexual activity where a service member is involved against his or her will. He or she may have been pressured into sexual activities, for example, with threats of negative consequences for refusing to be sexually cooperative, with the implied better treatment in exchange for sex. May have even been unable to consent to the sexual activities, for example, when intoxicated, or may have been physically forced into sexual activities. Other experiences that fall into the category of MST include unwanted sexual touching or grabbing, threatening, offensive remarks about a person's body or sexual activities, and threatening and unwelcome sexual advances. The identity or characteristics of the perpetrator, whether the service member was in or off duty at the time, and whether he or she was on or off base at the time, does not matter. If these experiences occurred while an individual was on active duty or on active duty for training, they are considered by the Veterans Administration to be MST. Military sexual trauma is an epidemic that affects 1 in 4 women and 1 in 100 men. Unfortunately, 1 in 3 women in the military are raped. And recently a statistic came out that 38 men in the military are raped a day. And 1 out of 7 do not report it, and 1 out of 10 that report it actually go to trial. Military sexual trauma is an experience, not a diagnosis or a mental health condition. Although the reactions of men versus women that experience MST are similar in some ways, they also struggle with different issues. Some of the experience, both female and male survivors of MST, may include strong emotions, feeling depressed, having intense sudden emotional reactions to things, feeling angry or irritable all the time, feeling a numbness, feeling emotionally flat, difficulty experiencing emotions like love or happiness, trouble sleeping, disturbing nightmares. They also have problems with difficulties in attention, concentration, and memory, trouble staying focused, frequently finding their mind wandering, having a hard time remembering things, problems with alcohol or illegal substances, difficulty with things that remind them of their experiences of their sexual trauma, feeling on edge, difficulty feeling safe, going out of their way to avoid reminders of experiences. There is other symptoms such as difficulties in relationships, feeling isolated or disconnected from other people, abusive relationships, trouble with employers or authority figures, and difficulty in trusting others. Physical health problems, sexual difficulties, chronic pain, weight or eating problems, and even gastrointestinal problems. Although PTSD is commonly associated with MST, it is not the only diagnosis that can result from an MST experience. Fortunately, people can and do recover from experiences of trauma. The Veteran Administration has effective services to help those that feel they have experienced MST during their military service time. So please reach out and contact the VA at www.va.gov for assessment. I'm Sergeant Stephanie J. Shannon, a survivor and overcomer of MST, and my mission and purpose is to empower people who have experienced multiple traumas in life to become healed, be restored, and live again. I would like to help you, so check out my website at www.battling, B-A-T-T-L-I-N-G, thestormwithin.com, and like my page on Facebook. Even follow me on Twitter at Battling Storms. Until next time, peace and blessings to all.